Welcome everyone to our March team call. I cannot believe that March is here. So tonight we are going to just kind of be going over everything that's happening this month, and just a great time to kind of like collaborate together. We're going to start doing this on the first Monday of every month. So as you guys saw on the team calendar, we've kind of changed things up a little bit for this month. But what we're going to do is we're going to take some time just to kind of celebrate and talk about some of the things that happened in February. And then we'll kind of jump into what's happening for that next month. So first off, I want to welcome anyone who is new here. Hannah, is this your first team call?
Yeah, it is.
Hi, welcome.
I was like, happy to be here.
I'm so glad you're here. I was like, I recognize a new face. Shay, is this one of your coaches?
Yes.
Okay, I think so. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing your welcome post just the other day. So, but sometimes I like, you know how when you see someone's picture and then you see them in person, you're like, I think that's the person, but I just want to make sure.
Oh, so, yeah, definitely.
I love it. Do we have anybody else new on tonight? Any other new coaches? I thought I saw one.
Jennifer is pretty new.
I'm new.
That's my coach.
For some reason, it doesn't say your name on my end, Jennifer. So I was like,
it's the JJ one.
Oh, okay. I was like, I think the JJ girl. I've never seen her before. So
yes,
I love it.
She is rocking it.
That's awesome, Jennifer. Well, how about we do this really quick? Jennifer, do you want to kind of introduce yourself and tell us about you real quick, and then we'll come back to you, Hannah, because we should have just done that. So, if you don't mind.
Sure. I'm Jennifer. I'm from Oxford, Mississippi. I'm married. Just kind of getting into this coaching thing.
Yeah.
So little different. Casey's been there for me and really, giving me motivation and love and encouragement. So I really appreciate her being here.
That's awesome. I love it. All the Mississippi girls.
Yeah.
It takes me to the Faith Hill song, which is like Mississippi Girl. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, please tell me I'm not lying because I don't want to have to sing it.
You want us to sing it for you, Caroline?
I'm sure you guys know all the words.
Shay can sing it.
You probably sound the most like her when you sing it too.
No.
Hannah, what about you?
Yeah, I'm from Spokane, Washington. I'm on a different time zone, so that's pretty fun. I was like,
you're in the coronavirus state.
I know. It started here in the U.S. I was like, no. But there's no one in my city that has it. So that's
good. And the good news is we all have businesses on the internet, so we don't have to even talk to people if we don't want to.
But yeah, I work as a videographer at an advertising agency.
Awesome.
Full time, and that's fun. I enjoy that a lot. And
yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to introduce yourself.
Are you behind the camera?
What's that?
So are you behind the camera, or do you do like editing?
Yeah, so I'm behind the camera, and then I also do the editing. I do a lot of like commercials for small businesses and stuff like that.
Awesome.
So that's super fun.
Yeah. My husband used to work for a videographer, so I kind of feel like I know a little bit about that world.
Oh, yeah. It's a blast. It can be kind of stressful and high pressure at sometimes and kind of scary, but
I'm sure.
It's always fun. I'm always doing something different and new.
That's awesome. Well, welcome to the team, ladies. I'm so glad y'all are here. Usually we have a lot more people than this on our team calls, but I know several people had things going on tonight. So, but this will be good just to kind of go into everything that's happening this month because there is a lot, and I'm really, really excited. So, first things first, I want to I'm going to share my screen with y'all. And what we're going to do tonight is I'm just going to kind of walk through the team calendar first and kind of go over some of the different things that are happening. And this will probably be a little bit of a shorter call. I don't see these calls lasting quite as long as some of our other calls. But I really want to leave like the last 20 minutes or so for questions and conversation and even just to say like, hey, like I have this idea, bouncing off of each other or whatever, if that's something anybody wants to do. But really just kind of want to dive into all the things that are happening this month and clarify anything, because I know sometimes when you see things like in the team page, you may not know exactly what it is. So this is a good chance for us to just go over like, here are all the things happening this month. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys and pull up our team calendar here in the team Facebook page. So for you guys who are new, new coaches especially, every month we post our team calendar for the month. What we're going to start doing now moving forward is it'll likely be the quarter. So if you know anything about a business, which we're all now running, we work in quarters. So it's January to March, and then April to June, and then, you know, the next 3 months. So what we're going to start doing is, instead of at the end of every month posting next month's calendar, we're going to start working more in quarters. So obviously March is the last month of the quarter. So I went ahead and posted for this month, March and April. But moving forward, like when April gets closer, you're going to see a calendar, like the 3 calendars for April, May, and then June. And really the reason is that we really want to start working proactively instead of reactively. And so Aaron and I have teamed up. We're going to be kind of putting the calendars together along with the other Diamond coaches, all kind of collaborating on it to make sure that we have a good mixture of a lot of different things happening throughout to the quarter. There's also a really great book out there that I highly recommend reading for your personal development, but it's called The 12-Week Year. And so it's basically looking at your business as a quarter and having quarterly goals, as opposed to just going month to month and hoping that at the end of the year you've hit the goals that you wanted to hit. So what we're going to start doing is rolling those out to you guys. That way that you really know what's coming, right? Because it can be frustrating if it's March 1st and this is the first time you've seen the March calendar and you're like, oh, wish I would have known that Caroline was running this Grace Camp, or that we had this March content here, or that this promo group was coming. We want for you guys to be able to start be thinking right now, what am I going to be doing in my business in April and June, you know, or May, and not what am I doing in March. We want you to be able to work proactively as opposed to reactively trying to come up with things. Plus, the other big thing here is that we don't want to work in silos. We want to really work as a team. We want to sharpen each other. We want to work together. There's no point of Shay doing this group over here and I'm over here making this same group, but we're not communicating. So we're both working on content for a group that we could just share with each other and say, hey, because we're all in this together, right? We want everyone to win, right? Like there's plenty of people here to help, right? And so if we can be sharing our content with each other, then it helps us have more time to actually build relationships, which is what we need to be doing in this business and in life period, right? So instead of spending all this time racking our brains trying to create content, it's like if we can be sharing with each other, then we can focus on the real things that are going to move this business forward. So that being said, that's what you're going to see kind of going forward. Again, for this month, we went ahead and just did March and April. That way you could go ahead and get an idea of what's coming in April. And we do have a lot of big launches happening right now. And so I do want to touch on tonight as well, a little bit about 10 rounds for you guys, just so you know what's coming with that as well. So first things first, if you did not see the second quarter Olympics, we talked about this last Monday night on our team call. If you missed that call, please go back and watch this video. It's very hard to understand unless you watch a video and hear kind of what it is. But basically what we're going to be doing is Heather and I are going to be putting everyone into teams. So there'll be 3 people on a team from her team and 3 people on a team from my team. So it's going to be really cool because the teams will be made up of 6 people. So similar to like the Team Cup in that sense, but 3 of those people will come from our team. 3 of those people will come from her team. We're going to be doing the putting together of the teams. So what we're going to do is once everyone has applied and sent in their money and they're doing this thing, then we'll say, okay, like, you know, I'll reach out to your coach. Like say that I don't necessarily know, I may not know, you know, what exactly you've been doing, Casey, as well as I might know that what your upline's been doing, right? So reaching out to your upline and saying, hey, like, where's Casey at? You know, okay, she's an Emerald coach. She's been hitting Success Club. Okay, awesome. Let's put you on a team with some other Emerald coaches who are also hitting Success Club. Because teams can get a little bit imbalanced if we don't kind of go off of where you are in the business and also off of people's goals, right? We want to make sure that we've got teams put together of girls that, hey, I want to be diamond by the end of this. Okay, you guys need to be together on a team. Or maybe you're brand new coaches. Let's put you together on a team, but you're brand new coaches who are wanting to hit emeralds by the end of this. Whatever your goals are, we're really going to try to do it based around what your goals are in this second quarter Olympics. So like Heather said, if you go, once you send in your money and all that good stuff, you'll apply to, or not apply, you'll request to be in the Facebook group. And in that Facebook group, you're going to see all the rules. So you'll see exactly how you're going to get points, all that good stuff. And we'll have a big kickoff call around this as well. So all that to say, if you miss this, this is going to be huge. This is our biggest focus for the second quarter, which again is April, May, and June. It's going to all lead up to Summit in New Orleans. And so again, this is going to be massive. I think this is going to be a great way for those of you who have said, hey, I really want to hit diamond, or I really want to grow my business, or I really want to get to, figuring out ways to recruit or figuring out ways to be more consistent with Success Club. This is a way that you can do it. So please sign up. I cannot stress to you guys like how much thought has gone into this. Just so you guys know, we pulled this, Heather. So those of you who don't know, Heather is on Ashley Molstad's team. Ashley Molstad has 2 years in a row been the #1 coach within Beachbody. And Heather is underneath Emily Favre, who's underneath Ashley. So Emily Favre was also in the top 10 as well. So Ashley and Emily are in the top 10. Heather's team is currently ranked number 11 in the business right now as of like this month. So getting to team up with her team, like honestly, is a really big deal. So I think this is a cool opportunity for us to get to work with some people who are really growing their businesses and hopefully help us really get some momentum going as well. Okay. Sorry, had to harp on that one for a little bit longer, a few extra minutes on that one. The next thing is a Business Builders Coffee with Caroline. So for those of you who are part of the Business Builders, basically each month it refreshes based on who hit Success Club from the month before. We'll be doing a Coffee with Caroline this month instead of having a weekly check-in call. The reason being is we really want this to be collaborative and a good way to grow your team. And focus more around that instead of a daily, weekly check-in is what it had turned into. And so we'll be a once a month call. And then the next thing is that for March, I'm personally focused on the Own Your Morning Grace Camp. So like I said here below, you're welcome to jump into any of these groups you'd like. If your upline's running a group, jump into theirs. And then we also have the March content here as well for you guys so that you can use this in your virtual gym or whatever you'd like. So again, all of this is pinned with the team calendars and the team page. If you look at it from your phone, it won't show up. You have to click like pinned post and it'll show up there. But if you're looking from your computer, it's going to be pinned right up here. Cool. And then I just went into some non-negotiables. I think it's good to always just have these reminders. Do your best to be on the national wake-up calls or listen to them. There's an awesome, Beachbody has put together a podcast, so you can listen to them on your commute to work. You can listen to them while you're unloading the dishwasher. I know that's what I do. Kind of those brainless things, folding laundry. I listen to them then and have a notebook right beside me, and I just write down notes as I go. So definitely listen to those. Those are top coaches who are taking the time to pour into us. And so really great to be on. Be on the weekly team calls. You're going to see here on the calendar what we have planned for the month. But let's be real. Coaching can really leave you on an island if you're not careful, right? Like it can be easy to feel like you're alone in this. You're sitting behind a computer or behind your phone talking to some random people about joining your challenge group, your Fit for Glory challenge group or whatever you're doing. And so it's great to get on these calls and just feel that collaborative community. I was at the grocery store earlier. Brian laughs at me because I'm not even kidding, y'all. Like, I don't know. I'm just like this crazy person who literally meets people everywhere I go. But I was at the grocery store and I started talking to this girl because I let her in front of me. She had like 2 things and I had like 1 million. So I was like, you can go ahead of me. And I started talking. She's from Vegas. She just moved here. She just had her second baby. I could tell y'all that she was like wanted to talk to me because she probably doesn't have you know how it is being a mom. We don't have a lot of human interaction if you especially stay home. Secondly, making friends is hard when you're a mom. It is, unless you're like super involved in your church, like it's just difficult to make friends. And so, especially for non-believers. And so I think that just us showing this community is also incredible. Like women crave this. And so being able to get on together and talk about our businesses and just get excited and pumped up from hearing from each other about what God's doing, I think it's huge. And so share these calls with your coaches, try to get them to be on. I know it can be scary to hop on and not know anyone, but that's what this is all about. And so just, really taking advantage of that. Make it a non-negotiable to hit Success Club. Having 3 new people in your challenge group every single month will be a game changer in your business. Sorry guys, like my mic and my necklace were all messed up. Anyways, I'm like sitting here fidgeting. But hitting Success Club is so important. And the reason being is that, I talk to people all the time, coaches all the time. They're like, like you say, make Success Club a non-negotiable, but I don't know how to do that. And when I say make Success Club a non-negotiable, just make a decision today that you're going to hit it, that it's going to happen. That even if you have to put in a few extra nights a week of staying up later to make it happen, to have those conversations, like making it non-negotiables, offering up discounts or cash back or whatever you need to do to get those new people in there. I'm going to tell you this, like having fresh blood in your challenge groups, in your groups is going to really help your business grow, because that compound effect happens. If you haven't read for personal development, The Compound Effect, it is an incredible book. But how 3 people a month, people think, oh, I need to have 30 people a month to be successful in this business. No, you just need to have 3 new people every month. And, a few of those may, pan out and they may stay with you, and some of them may fall off the boat. But that's the beauty of it, is as you get that fresh new blood, that fresh new excitement, it's going to keep you going as a coach. And so making it a non-negotiable that you're going to be doing whatever you can. Do you give them cash? What is cash back? Okay. So there's been times whenever I first started this business that I was getting towards the end of the month, right? And I hadn't hit Success Club yet. So I would offer, hey, I will Venmo or PayPal you back $10, or I'll give you a $10 Amazon gift card. So I would say next 3 people who join me, they get a $10 Amazon gift card or a $10 Starbucks gift card. Or $10 cash back. And I would just Venmo them $10 after they place their challenge pack order. We can't actually give them like cash. Like you can't send them a check in the mail or give them actual cash. But you can like do some sort of gift card or something like that. Does it make sense? So my whole point with that is getting creative, right? Finding ways, throwing noodles at the wall and finding ways to get people in your groups. And so that's what I mean when I mean make it a non-negotiable. Reach out to other coaches on our team, pick their brains, figure out what you're not doing. Because this is what moves your business, what moves your business forward. And I'll be honest, I've seen coaches who came into this business with 0 friends, 0 community. They lived in tiny, small towns, and they made it a non-negotiable, and they hit Success Starters, and they hit, Success Club All-Star, which is basically hitting it for an entire year, every single month as a brand new coach. And I've seen people come in here who had a ton of friends and a ton of community, and they hit it every single month. So my point is, like, I know that anyone can do this. It's not a certain person. I think some people come into this and like, well, I don't have a ton of friends to be talking to, but that doesn't matter. Like, you can find the people. You just got to build trust with people. Let's see here. Someone else asked a question, I think. Pop up. I sent via PayPal or Venmo. Yeah, Aaron said PayPal or Venmo. So, okay. So next thing here is inviting to a Grace Camp or boot camp. So if you're brand new, make sure that you have a place to be inviting people to. I think having something to invite people to is huge, because if you don't, it can make it a little bit more difficult. Like, what are you going to invite them to come do? Like, hey, buy a challenge pack for me. Okay, cool. But if you have a place to invite them, like, hey, jump into my Own Your Morning Grace Camp, or jump into my, virtual gym. We're doing this topic this month, or we have a brand new program coming out called 10 Rounds. Jump into my test group. I would love for you to be one of the first people to try this incredible program. Like, think of things that you can be inviting them to, because that's how you're going to get those conversations going. And then last thing is invite to the coaching opportunity. Think of things that you can come up with. You're going to see here on the calendar, we've got some coach workshops happening this month. Invite people to it. Ask me, hey, Caroline, can I just add some people to it? Of course, 100%. Add people to it, invite people to it. Those, again, are ways that you can get conversations going with people about coaching that you may have not had before. This is also a reason I'm a really big fan of new coaches running free groups. My recommendation would be to, if you can, get in a really good system of running a free group like towards the end of the month. So that way, if you run a free group and then that way the next week you're into the first of the month and you can start selling challenge packs to those people who are part of your free group at the end of the month before. So that way you constantly kind of have this cycle of not waiting. I've seen a lot of coaches run free groups at the first of the month, and that can kind of already put you a week behind because you're inviting to your free group. It's happening the first week of the month. And then the second week of the month, you're just now having conversations about challenge groups and that kind of thing. And it feels like you're already getting way into the month. Try to knock out Success Club early in the month. So think about, how can I make a system for what my week's going to look like? There's an incredible training by Melanie Mitro. I think it's called like a marketing plan. If you just type in marketing plan Melanie Mitro on YouTube, you'll find it. But she talks about how she structures her weeks, and she did it a certain way for a really long time. She had, her free group one week and her challenge group starting the next week, and she had it scheduled out a certain way. So definitely go and listen to that. Again, it's Melanie Mitro and marketing plan. Cool. So be sure to go in, comment on this. You guys will see here that I just asked you guys drop when your next challenge group was going to be. I would love to just hear kind of what you guys have planned for the month. And yeah, be able to cheer you on. Okay, so let's dive into really quickly all things happening in March. Okay, so obviously we're already on March 2nd here. So having our team call tonight, talking all about March. Tomorrow night, we do have an Emerald in 24 Hours call. This will be about a 30-minute call from 8 to 8:30. I'll post the Zoom link tomorrow morning. Actually, forgot to put this and the Life Power Hour on the post today about everything happening this week. So I'll update that post and add these two things on there. That's what happens when you try to work from your phone in the car. But I'll update that so that you have that. But that's happening tomorrow night. So if you're not an Emerald coach, you should be on that call 100%. Be on that call, make it a priority, because starting to chip away at some of those ranks, it's never too early to start thinking about those things. Because most likely you already today know two people that would make an incredible coach that would be interested in starting, but a lot of times we're just not thinking about that just yet. So if you're not Emerald, try to hop on, or I will post a recording as well for you guys, but try to make that a priority. On Thursday morning at 10 a.m., Anna Bay is going to be doing a Life Power Hour. So you guys are going to see Life Power Hours scattered across the calendar for the month. Guys, success leaves clues. Be on these calls. If you want to know how to be a great coach, get on and work with these top leaders. These are leaders on our team, and they're here for a reason. Anna Bay signed up as a coach last January, and she was a Success Club All-Star. She hit Success Club every single month in 2019. Her first month, second month, third month, fourth month, 12 months in a row, and she's hit it every single month so far this year. She has made Success Club a non-negotiable. And she would tell you, like, I'm from a small town and I'm a military wife. I don't know anybody in my town that I live in now. Like, she would tell you those things, but she's figured out how to make this business work. Get on those calls, pick their brains, like ask them as you're working, like, hey, what kind of conversations do you have with people? What does it look like for you to build relationships with people? How do you find these people? This is your chance. These leaders are taking a lot of time and setting aside a lot of time to do these calls for y'all. So again, just take advantage, because these are amazing calls. And the thing that we've done is, you're going to see here, is that we've tried to make these calls happen at different times. The beauty of this team, and one of my favorite things about how the Lord has orchestrated all of this, is that every single leader and diamond leader on our team is in a different season of life. Anna Bay is a stay-at-home mom, military wife. Aaron's stay-at-home mom, military wife as well, I guess you'd say. But different seasons, right? Their kids, kids are different ages. but they have a little bit more flexible schedules, right? They're able to work on their business during the middle of the day. And then Shay, she works full time. She's a physical therapist. So you're going to see here that Shay's calls are typically in the afternoon. Courtney Foster's calls are typically at night. Because she also works full time. And so it's great because we have a few girls who are able to do them during the day for stay-at-home moms or women with a little more flexible schedules. But then we've also got a few calls at night for those of you who may be working your business later at night. So find that person that you can hop on their Life Power Hour and learn from them and pick their brain sometime this month. Again, the Business Builders Coffee Chat is next Monday night. So you're going to start to see a little bit of a system here. So we're going to be having our team call on the first week of the month. Second week of the month will be the Business Builders call. Third week of the month will be our kickoff. So you can see here that, well, actually, I think that night is I'm doing like a coffee chat with my challengers. And then the next week's when our second quarter Olympics starts. And then the next week is for our Fit for His Glory Sisters team call night. So we've got really great things scattered throughout the month. That way that every Monday night we've got something happening, but it's not necessarily a team call. Really only two like more intense like training calls a month. Cool. Let's see what else here. So let's dive into what's happening for 10 rounds because you're going to see this here. And then you're also going to see 10 rounds on our April calendar a lot as well. So you guys can see here, this is for April, very similar to March in terms of Life Power Hours, Emerald in 24-hour, coach workshop, and our coach calls each week. So that looks very similar as to March as well. So let's dive into what are these things, all these, I feel like 10 rounds is like all over this calendar and next month as well. So I want to kind of dive into what you can be expecting around 10 rounds and what we have coming. So a group of leaders that you guys all saw probably in the team page. So Bree, myself, Anna Bay, Aaron, and Shay are all, and then Emily Bell are all working to put together a really solid plan around 10 rounds. So if you dive into the Fit for His Glory Sisters Google Drive, which if you're a brand new coach and you're like, what is the Google Drive? We have a Google Drive specifically for our team. It has everything that you could possibly imagine needing to run groups, to host coach workshops, graphics, emails for you to send to people, anything and everything that you could need. So what we're going to do is we're working together to create a folder specifically around 10 rounds. So what we're working on right now is coming up with a little bit of a theme to the group that makes sense for us as the Fit for His Glory Sisters. For those of you who weren't around for the MM100 launch, which was Morning Meltdown 100, we named that group Own Your Morning Grace Camp. And it was awesome. It was my best group I've ever done, literally in the history of coaching for me. And it's because we took a program that was really, really incredible, but we made it work for our team. And so that's our goal with 10 rounds as well. What we're thinking about right now, these are just some things that we've thrown out, but we've thrown out like doing devotionals that have to do with fighting spiritual battles. So things like that we can throw in there with 10 rounds, knowing that it's kind of a fighting workout or, kind of kickboxing workout. So trying to come up with that fun themes that we can kind of play in with that. So just to give you guys an idea of what you can expect in that folder, we're going to have everything built out. We're going to have Instagram stories built out for you guys to promote with. Obviously, if you want to create your own, that's awesome. I think that's even better, but at least be able to give you guys some tools. We'll have email templates. We'll have all the content for the challenge group. We'll have all the content for the free group built out. We'll have sample calendars and workout calendars and just all kinds of different things for you. We'll have package images that you can send to people so they can choose from the different 10-round packages and that kind of thing. Okay, so that's a little bit about what you can be expecting from that content folder that we're working on currently. But here's kind of the plan around what we've come up with for 10 rounds here in our team page. So next Monday is when the 10-round sample comes out. My recommendation is that even though we don't have graphics made just yet, start talking about 10 rounds now. I posted on my Instagram story the other day, I kind of teased like, hey, we've got a brand new program coming out. who of my followers have done 9 rounds? 9 rounds is a really well-known workout facility that a lot of people have done. And so this is a great chance to start having conversations about 10 rounds and seeing if people have tried 9 rounds. Did they like it? Did they not like it? What do they love about it? I had people message me back and be like, I love 9 rounds. It's amazing. That might be a great person for me to have a conversation with later about 10 rounds, because maybe they're, about to have a baby, or maybe they working out at home might fit into their schedule a little bit better. There might be other conversations that you can have with them, or maybe they're paying a lot to go to 9 rounds. And so it would be great to be able to do it at home for a little cheaper. So I started kind of teasing some of that stuff on my Instagram. It's great to go ahead and get some people, get a list of people going that you think might love this program. Because next Monday, when that program comes out, that sample workout, you can send it to them. Or you could do a poll on your page and ask, hey guys, we've got a brand new program coming out called 10 rounds. Would you want to try the sample? Like this photo if you would, or something like that. Or mark yes on the poll and send them a personal DM, send them a link to the workout, let them try it, ask them to let you know what they think about it. So that will be coming out next Monday. It typically, when it comes live, when it gets posted, Trisha, I will post it for you guys. We have a Facebook page for people who are 5-star and above, and sometimes they tend to post things there a little bit sooner than they might post it for everybody else. So as soon as I get my hands on it, I'll post it for y'all. It'll likely be on Vimeo, and then Beachbody On Demand is where they typically put it up. So I'll keep my eyes peeled on that day. And typically they'll give us a time around when we can expect it. So I'll let you guys know that as well as soon as I find out. Okay, so that's next Monday. So the sample workout will be great for you. Start teasing with people, sending out, letting them try it. On the 16th is when we'll have the 10 rounds prep group kick off on our team page. So Aaron and I put our heads together and we were like, how can we build this out? So this is going to look a little bit different than we've done in the past. But with MM100, if you guys were around, you know that we had a 2-week-long group where we did all the sample workouts together, and we did kind of business tips on how to use this to grow your business. I'm going to tell you guys right now, getting behind these launches is huge for your business. Joel Freeman is an extremely well-known trainer. He used to be with Les Mills back in the day. Then he came to Beachbody. He did Cordy Force, and he did Lift 4. And so this is his second program that's just him. And he's incredibly credible in this world of kickboxing and martial arts and that kind of thing. So what we're going to do is similar to that MM100 group, but it'll be in the team page. So each morning we'll all post our sweaty selfies doing the sample workouts. And then that afternoon we'll have a post that's kind of a tip on how to use 10 rounds to grow your business. Because it can and it will if you really kind of put your energy into it and get really focused on building out a solid plan. So that'll kick off on our team page on the 16th. And that will be a prep group. And then on the 30th, we're going to kick off a sneak peek group. So we'll, for a few weeks, have just our group going. And then we'll kick off a sneak peek group where you guys can add your people to it and they can kind of get an idea of what to expect from this brand new program. And then on the 6th of April is when this program officially launches. So basically, our team little group and our team page will go from the 16th to the 6th. So that'll be about 3-ish weeks long. And we'll have, like I said, fitness tips and be kind of posting our sweaty selfies. So it'll almost be like a mini challenge group within our team page. But on the 30th, we're going to run just like a 2-week group where you can add your people and we'll have posts and they can kind of learn more about 10 rounds, similar to what we've done before. And then the last thing is that the program launches on the 6th, but we're going to wait to start our 10 rounds Grace Camp on the 13th, because what we've seen over and over again is that it takes people a few days to get their order in, to hop into the group. And so if it's going live on the 6th, we want to give people a good week to get their stuff in the mail, kind of to prep, to get in a good, get in a place that they're ready to start this program all together on the 13th. So this will be the official first day of our test group around this program. So that's the full plan around 10 rounds and what you guys can expect. So again, a group just for coaches that will be in our team page. Then we'll have a little sneak peek group. In this sneak peek group too, we'll give people the prep calendar so they can start doing the prep calendar. For our group, we'll also be doing the prep calendar. And that way we can all get ready together for this big launch on the 6th. And then the group starting on the 13th. So that is what is happening. And then too, just to kind of a reminder is that second quarter Olympics is going to start on the 23rd. So I believe you have to be signed up for the second quarter Olympics by the 21st. So just make sure again that you guys go in and take a look at that as well. So that is everything happening this month. I would love to take any questions that you guys have. You can either unmute yourself or drop it in the chat box. But anything that you guys are wondering about or whatever. Is everybody excited for 10 rounds? Oh, okay, question. Let's see here. Do you think my followers will ignore a new program launch for me since I didn't complete BAR? No, not at all. I don't think so. I didn't complete BAR either, Valerie. So if that makes you feel better. I think that honestly, I was actually chatting with Michelle about this weekend because I was in Asheville this weekend visiting her. And we were kind of just talking about like when we do other workouts. So we were kind of talking about, she loves like the Les Mills. Les Mills recently came out with like an on-demand subscription service as well. And she was kind of talking about that. And we were just kind of talking about like, how do you integrate that into your business if you love doing something that's not Beachbody? So like if you love to run or if you love to do spin classes or you love to do something else. And we were kind of talking about how being a coach is really about overall health and fitness, not just like Beachbody robot, right? And I think it's okay to say that you didn't like a program. Like, I feel like we should feel freedom in that. And I mean, I was honestly worried at first about Bar Blend, about saying I didn't like it. But I think it made people respect me more. I think it made them be like, okay, she's not just this person who's all for everything that Beachbody does and selling a program. So I think like just saying like, hey, I'm really excited to try this with you guys. Like I've never done, kickboxing before, or I have, and I really liked it before. So I'm hoping that I love this program. I do think this is a little bit of a different kind of program in the sense of like, from what I understand, and I haven't seen a breakdown of the workouts yet, but it'll be kickboxing as well as like weightlifting. So it'll kind of be similar in the sense to like, not lift forward because I know it, but it will have some of those days where you are lifting more, and then you'll have days where it's more kickboxing. Does it make sense? So it's not like all the days you're doing just kickboxing. So I think like, and even saying like, some of it might kind of be outside of your comfort zone or whatever. So there will be a sample workout of 10 rounds from March 16th to April 6th to do as a team. So the sample workout is next Monday. So it'll come out on March 9th. So I would recommend that everybody plans to next Monday do that sample workout because it'll be live next Monday. Make up the workout that you do. And then what I would do is just say like, hey guys, like I'm like, show yourself trying the workout, give an honest feedback. If you hate the workout, like say that it wasn't your jam and that you're still going to run a group for anybody that would love it, because I'm going to run the group either way. So you can add your people into the group, even if you're not doing it. So if you don't love it, it's okay to not do it, right? You can say, hey, I'm going to coach some women through it, but I'm not going to do it myself. That's totally fine. Feel freedom in that. But yes, so that will be available. And then what will happen is on March 16th, we as coaches will get early access to the program. So you'll be able to purchase your package on March 16th. You can just unlock it or whatever you want to do. When you unlock it early like that, you'll get the first 2 weeks of the program. So you won't get the full program, but you'll get 2 weeks of the program to start doing and showing your followers and your friends. You might invite some friends over to work out together. Like, hey guys, I got early access. Let's all do it together. They have to be a coach in order to purchase that early access date. So for those weeks, we're going to have a prep work. We're going to have a prep group going. So we'll all be doing the prep calendar together in those 2 weeks of workouts that we get for free when we purchase our early access. Does that make sense? And so in our Facebook group, we'll just make it almost like a fun little challenge group in our Facebook group, and kind of get excited about it and give some tips. I'll go live. I'll give tips and stuff like that on just how to use it to grow your business. And then we'll do that until April 6th when it goes live for all of our challengers. And then our group will officially start. Our larger challenge group that we'll be running will start, and you guys can add your people to that. Any other questions? I know this is like a foreign language for some of you newbies, so feel free to ask anything. Yes, the hot seat call is recorded. I will find the link and post it for you guys. Let me write that down. Next up, National Wake Up Call. I'm just kidding. What if I was like, I'm going to be on the National Wake Up Call, guys? One day it'll happen. Bucket list. Anything else? Oh my goodness, Bree, finally. Bree posted in the chat, y'all, this girl has been locked out of IG for 6 days. Like, God was telling her to stay off Instagram, apparently. All you can do is laugh. That's all you can do. Well, I'm praising God that you are unlocked, because I've never known anyone to get locked out of Instagram as much as Bree Bryant.
I mean, it's just my life, I guess.
It is, apparently.
The Lord said, get off the socials.
Oh my goodness. Yay. I'm so glad you're back on. No more just blank captions.
Oh my gosh.
You need to go back and edit them all. Will it let you?
Let's see. Probably
You
not.
should like try to edit them and put the caption in that was supposed to be
I'm
there.
so mad. It was such good content. It's probably gone forever.
Oh, Valerie said, I thought you were just posting pictures without captions because you didn't have anything to say. Oh my goodness. That's
mute.
She's a mute. She has nothing to say. Just a picture.
Oh my God. I tried to tell people on my story that I was having some issues.
Oh my gosh. Shay said same.
Bria, I literally almost sent you a message. I guess I wasn't watching your stories, but I almost sent you a message and was like, are you meaning to do this?
Okay, I know what I can do, because I shared it to my Facebook, and the content shared to Facebook, so I can just go copy that content and put back on my pictures now.
So it was working on Facebook.
Yeah, it was sharing all the content and the photos to Facebook, but it wouldn't show up on
weird.
my. They hate me.
Fearlessly Fit, they got you flagged.
Hey, I'm a robot. It was okay. I don't know if you guys have Cleaner and what's the other one? Captivate. Anybody use those?
I used to.
I always use Cleaner, but I was like watching how to use Captivate. And the day that I started like diving into Captivate was the day they blocked me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I might not be using that anymore. It's not worth 6 days in jail.
Don't use it. I actually had heard that from someone. My friend Kelsey, she used to run like big groups and teach people how to run their Instagrams, and she taught them about Captivating Cleaner. And she told me that like her business got shut down because she was running like 6 people's Instagram accounts and she was using those, but they shut those down to where now they won't, like they lock people out all the time. I didn't realize that was what you were using. I'm sorry. Don't use it anymore.
I need more friends. I need more followers. All right.
I know.
Well,
Everybody learn from me. Don't use those.
Yeah. So just what I do now instead of doing that is just like going to people's Instagram and doing the same way, but just not using it to follow the people, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I can show you what I mean later. How do you come up with content where it's not preachy, if that makes sense? I try to keep my content Monday through Friday and have the weekends for family time. I feel like I'm on repeat. So first off, let me free up. I personally am in a place where I feel like for me, I can't post every day. So I try to be really consistent on Instagram stories. But if you feel like you're stuck with your Instagram content, like it's okay to just post every 2 or 3 days. I'm more of a fan of quality over quantity when it comes to your actual feed. So I'm kind of at a place where I'm only posting every 3 days, and I'm just trying to keep it really good quality post. So that's just for me what's working. But I'll be real too, like since I had Corbin, I haven't had a lot of words. I just feel like writing content has been a little bit of like it's been harder. So that's been a good pace for me to where I feel like I'm not getting caught up in the shiny stuff as much. But one of the things I do is, because for me, I'm not really a great person at like sitting down and just writing sometimes. I'm better at like speaking things out loud and then writing them down. So what I do is I send myself voice messages a lot. Like literally I iMessage myself, but I'll be driving down the road because that's when I have my best ideas. Is like, I'll be driving down the road and I'll think about something, or me and a friend will have a conversation and I just try to write it down right then. So typically I write all of my posts in my notes section on my phone, or I voice message them to myself. And then when I'm back in my computer, I'll type it up, or, type it into a post like later. So if I hear a quote or something, I usually put it in my notes section on my phone. And then when I'm like, feel like, okay, I need to post something today or whatever, or some days I just want to post, then I'll go to my notes section and pull something from there that, I might have thought of the day before or 2 days before. Another thing I do too is I try to take tons of pictures on the weekends or when I'm doing something cool because otherwise I have no pictures. So like if we, like for instance, with us being in Asheville this past weekend, I just am like, oh, this is a cool wall, Brian, take a picture of me. Or if I'm like pushing the kids or something, hey, we snap a photo of me. And then I just like to have lots of photos. And then when I have something I want to say, or something, I'll put something on my heart, then, I'll type it up there. But I feel like it comes across less preachy when it's something that like I thought I've had out of a conversation or out of personal development or something like that. And then I write it down from there, if that makes sense. So I think it's really good to always think about like adding value to people's life, and does this add value or inspire them or encourage them? Like it doesn't always have to be, sometimes it can be lighthearted and make them laugh. Like it doesn't always have to be this like monumental thing. But I think those are important things to think about for sure. So, but yeah, I think taking time off on the weekends on Instagram is like totally fine. I personally try to unplug completely on Sundays, from Instagram, because I just need it 1 day a week where I'm like not on my phone. Another thing too, is this has been life-changing for me, is your Facebook and your Instagram connect together. So if you go to your business page on Facebook, you can answer your DMs on there. I shared that with somebody the other day on my Instagram. You can do your DMs there, and that has been amazing because I feel like I'm not on my phone near as much. Like I feel like I'm not like all like this all the time. I'm like on my computer and I can DM people back. So I just like get in and get out. I don't sit around on my phone all the time. Like I'm on my phone when I'm doing my work and my business time, but like I'm not just like on my phone all the time typing. So I think too, just having boundaries around that. Any other questions? All right, y'all. Well, let me pray for y'all really quick, and then we will snap a pic because we got to, and I'll let you guys go. All right. Heavenly Father, God, Lord, thank you so much for these incredible women. Thank you for having them here tonight, God. We are so excited about what you're going to do in March, God, in April, and Lord, on this team and through 10 rounds, God. I'm just so excited and expectant about how good it's going to be, God. And I just pray for each of these women, Lord, that you would prepare their hearts, prepare their conversations they're having even now. Just that you would give them the eyes to see the people that they are called to help, Lord. I know so many times we're like, where are our people? Where are our people? But God, you've placed them there in our lives. And a lot of times we just don't see them because we're not really looking. And so, God, I just pray that this week you would give us the eyes to see who they are. God, I pray that you would give us discipline and perseverance, Lord, in this business when we don't want to show up, when we don't feel like doing our business tracker, when we don't feel like inviting, when we don't feel like getting to know new people, or that you would just persevere because we know that you've called us to something bigger, and just to not give up on the vision that you've placed on our lives, Lord. God, I pray for each one of these women's families and friends and communities, God, that you would just use them in incredible ways, and this business would be a blessing to each of them, Lord. We just love you so much, and I praise you so much for them and just what they mean to me, God. And it's in your precious and holy name we pray. Amen. All right, y'all. I'm going to take a pic really quick, and then I will let you go. But I hope that you guys have a great week. Let me get one here. Hang on. All right. 1, 2, 3. Cute. All right, y'all. I know we're so cheesy, always taking a pic every week, but that's how you show people our community and how awesome it is. But I love y'all and hope you have a great week. Thanks again for being on. I'll post this recording for anybody who missed it tonight.